r/ask Reddit. What is an addiction that the world is just okay with? Social media. This might be too recent to have caused real waves, but I am pretty sure that in a couple of years you'll have to accept the consequences every time you log in. A few years later, social media sites will all have to have standard khaki pack sites and big bold horrifying message everywhere. I really believe that in a few years, social media login pages will have warnings like cigarette packs in Canada. Warning: the use of these sites has been linked to depression, anxiety, insomnia. Please enter at your risk, or something to that effect. Sugar. Dude, I work at a certain large coffee chain and most people who think they're addicted to caffeine are actually addicted to sugar. Unless you are ordering an iced hot coffee, cold brew or espresso, the amount of coffee in the drinks you are ordering is minuscule. Sure, it will offer you a little caffeine, but if you are consistently getting a white chocolate mocha every day and thinking you need your coffee fix, it's not the coffee you're needing. Someone once said that Starbucks is a milk delivery system. I think a lot more people are addicted to alcohol than we care to admit. I'm an alcoholic and I'm struggling with it because it's so normalized. All of my work buddies just want to go out and drink after work around the weekends. I go visit my girlfriend at work, it's at a bar and everybody's drinking. They sell alcohol in like every corner store. It's passed off as a sophisticated hobby. I go 2 months without having a single drink and then I have a pop and can't stop kind of drinking habit, so it can get dark pretty fast. I'll be fine for the first couple days doing it, and then after like day 4 I'm pretty much having an emotional outburst. Normally it's my girlfriend who comes home to find me F up. It is a sad degenerative disease and I wish I didn't have it, and I wish I would have learned better communication and coping skills earlier in life. Edit. Thanks for the support, guys. I think I'ma try that medication and abuse that one chick suggested. No more Jekyll and Hyde. Def am checking out that sub as well about not drinking today. You're not alone. Come to r/stop drinking. No rules. Just people helping people. I was lost until I found these guys. I won't wit. Ambien. I work as a pharmacist and it blows my mind that so many prescribers write for it too often. It's got to be one of the most incorrectly prescribed medications out there. To stop taking it is a rough process. Frowning face. Weeks of little to no sleep until your body figures out how to sleep again. My grandma took that once. She said she woke up to find that she had broken some glasses in the kitchen, somehow not cutting herself, thankfully, and had injuries to indicate she had fallen pretty hard at some point. She's not sure if she stayed in the house or not or how she got back to bed. That stuff is awful. She said never again will she take it. My stepmother drove 20 miles to work while on Ambien. She quit taking it immediately after. 24-hour news cycles. It's bad because it gives a veneer of being informed without actually being informed. You know the broad strokes and the players and who said did what, but it's all presented in an entertaining way so you keep on watching and you're not actually informed. There are studies done that people that consume their news that way, passively mind you, are less informed on the whole. A lot of buzzwords or phrases that mean something to the audience, but don't actually represent the story. It's caused a lot of problems. Politics isn't sports or meaningless. Being informed and thinking about nuance, or being able to listen to the other side rather than some caricature of it, is important in a democracy. And yet we're raising people to hate the other side, to become further polarized, to treat politics as a game, and all the while making sure our voters are less informed on the whole. It's dangerous. And every hour is a repeat of the last. I've been a happier and better informed person since I turned that crap off. Phone addictions when it's parents instead of kids. True. I'm a new parent and currently trying to fight my addiction to my phone. I never realized how bad it had gotten till recently. My Sil crochets instead of playing on her phone. It's very hard to get a hold of her through text because she's hardly on her phone at home. She tried to teach me so I'd have a better hobby than mobile games, but I'm convinced it's witchcraft. Shopping. Dealt with this a few years back. Probably because I started getting some fine lines and I thought expensive makeup and new clothes would make me feel better. Yeah, it didn't. Just added some stress to my life and relationship because of money stuff. Don't fall for this easy trap, ladies and gents. I know the pressure is big, but it's really okay and quite normal to age. My mom died of pancreatic cancer right before her 53rd birthday. 2 years later, I got breast cancer at 37. Losing my mom at such a young age and then having my own life threatened in a similar way was a paradigm shift. My most recent birthday was a different experience because instead of a damn, I'm getting older, my skin isn't so supple, I have laugh lines, my body is worn down, etc. I saw the passing of time as a gift because I'm surviving. I get to age. Not everyone does. I'm getting to see my kids grow up and they get to see me age. My 12-year-old grew taller than me this summer. Granted, I'm short, and I'm just so lucky I get to be here for it. More gray hairs mean more time with my kids. More laugh lines mean more joy with them. I know that very old age won't be kind to me. I also have lupus. But for now I take the signs of aging almost like markers in a marathon or like milestones. I've made it to 38 and I'm hoping to make it to 39. Caffeine. We've normalized caffeine addiction to stay awake and look down on adults who say they had a nap. Seems backwards. Caffeine or a nap? To that I say, both please. Coffee. Yeah, people are just casually like I can't function without a cup and then deny they're addicted. Joke's on you. I can't function even with a cup. Consumerism. It's good to keep on buying for the economy so they actually promote it. This is why I think we will never make any real attempts to fix climate change. We essentially need to overhaul our entire economy, the world as we know it, to reduce consumption of energy, oil, plastics. Overconsumption has been made commonplace and convenient. We are ducked. Economics is like flying a helicopter. I don't know how to fly a helicopter. The need for social validation. I've seen it happen to so many people where their lives turn an obsession of acting or looking perfect only to crave the attention of total stranger on social media. Like no, you don't need to post every 2 seconds to feel that you're worth love. The ego is a strong drug. I feel like the culture surrounding social media and other self-promoting platforms like YT and Twitch and the like are really devolving into something repulsive and fast. People often mistake that sort of internet culture for the culture at large, which it's not, and they also conflate those numbers going up with the idea that the world is responding positively to them, when in truth they are living in like little microcosms of reality. I remember the big criticism of Facebook back in the day was that it promotes narcissism and that people who use it frequently tend to be more narcissistic. I have no doubt that's true, but I feel like the whole entire culture of social media sort of took a tailspin where everyone is chasing more clicks without really thinking about what they are doing or why. It leads to some pretty bizarre stuff and it doesn't seem like anyone is interested in putting the brakes on anytime soon. Work. I know some people that straight up can't imagine their life where they don't put aside everything for their job as their culture has told them they are only worth something while they are earning money. It can get unhealthy very fast. My in-laws literally are afraid to retire because they don't know what they will do with themselves. More than that, they feel like they have no identity or purpose without their work. It's insane to me because I'm 30 and feel the complete opposite. To me, work is what keeps me from being who I want to be and sound all the things I want to do. It keeps me stuck in a routine that only serves to make me a better worker and worse at everything else. It's really sad to me that if they didn't have their set tasks for the day and revolve their lives around doing those tasks, they wouldn't even try to find something else that actually fulfills them. They just want to find another set of tasks. That's a level of broken that has essentially removed the human qualities of life, and I do blame the system and our culture for promoting that. In the UK, people are pretty active, compared to neighbouring countries at least, so we see a lot of retirement aged people being active in charities. When you're just too old for work, but you feel the need to stay active in your community, volunteering at a charity for a few hours a week seems like the ideal solution. Not sure where your in-laws live or if there's anything near them, but you could mention that. It would be less demanding than work but still keeps them out of the house and active. Sips energy drink, video games, hits vape. Sugar/caffeine. When I tell people I don't drink coffee, they act like I said I hate puppies. I feel better and more awake when I don't drink it daily, and then if I do need it I can have a small green tea and feel the effects. Borrowing money and convincing oneself it'll be fine later. Celebrities. I've never understood being obsessed with someone who is no different than you. They're no different yet living such different lives. It's the vicariousness of it. My fiancée is an actress, extra mostly, occasional minor roles, and she's worked with a lot of models and up and coming types. One of those worked as a brand ambassador for Dior or something. Had all the glamour of the wealthy lifestyle, going to Monaco, film festivals, fancy restaurants, fancy clothes, the lot. But apparently she was never able to switch off. Everything she did had to be tagged and filtered and posted, so she never actually got to enjoy any of the wonderful things she was doing. It sounded exhausting. Porn. Porny had to scroll down this far for this? The fact it's so far down shows how much the general public is okay with it. Billie Eilish came out and said she was addicted since she was 11 or 12, and it seemed like barely anyone bat an eye. Shitty media consumption. Overeating. Yeah, though this is in large part due to eating foods that don't make you feel full, especially highly processed foods. Vegetables are really good for this, cause you start to feel full when you actually are full. Plus they also have lots of vitamins. Alcohol, caffeine, mass consumption of media, anything that involves giving money to someone else on a constant and continuous cycle. Nobody is okay with my addiction to alcohol. In fact, it's their go-to insult to put me down. Like the Mitch Hedberg bit, it's the only disease you get in trouble for having. Damn it, Otto, you're alcoholic. Damn it, Otto, you have lupus. One of those does not sound right. Alcohol. Honestly, it's so ingrained in British culture and the world at large, but it's almost reached a protected status. You're treated like a weirdo if you just don't want to drink. I agree. On Reddit a few months ago I said a comment on a UK subreddit along the lines of not many people are aware that needing a drink every day after work is an addiction, and someone commented that I did not know how bad life is. I am writing this drunk. Life ducking sucks. I feel like a shit person every day. Alcohol does nothing to fix it. It's just justified inaction. UK drinking culture is horrific. American here who did volunteer work in England years ago. First weekend there, all my new flatmates said it was time to go hit the pubs. I said, thanks for the invite, but I'll pass. It got quiet real fast. It wasn't an invitation. It was an expectation. Internet. There are a lot of people, me included, who are so used to being able to be online 24/7 where even a day without internet is going to be a rough time. It's pretty difficult to function in the modern world without an internet connection today. This is like arguing that people became addicted to books after Gutenberg invented his press. Yeah, or like electricity or running water. Internet is a utility. Outage. Being mad about really stupid things, just for the sake of being mad. Edit. As many have pointed out, I misspelled outrage lol. Hopefully this edit calms some of the outrage I've caused with my egregious typo. There have been a few studies that have shown how outrage basically has the hallmarks of addiction, and it certainly is not healthy for the person or for a society that is being built to feed people more outrage because it sells. At first I thought you meant, like, power outages, and I was like, that does make me mad. Stupid things. Then my brain is finally like, nope, not an addiction. A woman face palming. My brother-in-law just killed himself while on Ambien. You see the side effect of suicidal thoughts and assume that's only for people who are depressed or already have suicidal tendencies. My brother-in-law was the least suicidal person I've known. His whole world was taking care of my sister and his kids. And he just woke up one morning, after not really sleeping much even though he took Ambien, got his gun, drove to a park and shot himself. My sister and her kids have no income and are now trying to scrape by without losing the house. There's no way in hell he intended to do it. He'd been on Ambien for 7 years and was starting to worry about memory loss and missing time, so he was trying to wean himself off. I tell everyone I know, if you or someone you love is taking Ambien, find a safe way to stop. I am very sorry for your loss. What you say is absolutely true. I'm weaning myself off Ambien also because I started to worry about memory loss and brain fog. I started in August and I only managed to reduce by 1/4. I have suicidal ideation, and the worsening of my depression and the thoughts I had as a side effect scared me to the point of agony. It's horrible to think how it affects someone so full of life as well. My deepest condolences to your family. It was prescribed to me and I stopped taking it after 2 incidents. It quite literally disconnects your head from your body. You wake up and have your loved ones tell you the most horrific stories of what you tried to do. In my case, I was playing with a lighter and tried to burn my house down. Second incident, I tried to stab my fiancée with a pair of scissors because I thought it would be funny. I stopped taking immediately after that. Your body loses all filters and impulse control and you do whatever comes to mind. Honestly surprised weed isn't up there. Yes, it can be great for so many reasons but is also an addictive substance, and so many younger people are fully dependent on it. 100% agree. People dismiss it because it's not physically addictive, but it's absolutely habit forming and I know lots of people that would struggle to function without it, likely myself included. I love the self-aware potheads, myself included, who can at least acknowledge this, like it is what it is. Why bullshit ourselves? Cocaine for rich people. Where can I find the cocaine for poor people? It's called crack. You might have seen its zombies strolling around or the former mayor of Toronto. Can't believe how deep I went and didn't see booze, the mommy, red heart card suit, wine crowd, the daily pub stop for 2 or 3, the people who drink a cocktail or 2 and half a bottle of wine practically every night. I know so many functioning alcoholics it is mind-boggling. Or the 6-pack a day habit, which is often a 12-pack a day after a little while. We can't even poop without pushing screens into our eyeballs. We were reading shampoo bottles. Clearly, we are bored. I downloaded a shampoo bottle into my phone so I can read it. Work. Everyone praises someone who works extra hours and earns more money. The downside is that person will miss out on living, friendships and relationships. Workaholic. TikTok. This'll probably get downvoted, but marijuana, although it may not cause deaths directly and is good for some medicinal purposes, some people take it too far and let it interfere with their lives. Greed and the acquisition of wealth and possessions. Smoking. It's such a huge business and the tobacco lobby is so powerful, it will never really stop. Nicotine products. Video game addiction. Alcohol. We talk a lot of game about how bad alcoholism is, but drinking is such a social expectation that you almost get judged just as much for not wanting to touch the shite. Then we see a bunch of wine mom memes going across Facebook and just kinda don't question it. Oh, and caffeine. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.